Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight. Welcome back to Dead Cells. The Brutal update has arrived, and, you know, I'm getting to play it at last. I've been waiting for this. I'm really excited about it. But anyway, enough of my, wandering there. I'm still kind of on my temporary setup right now, and it looks like I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands now, because I'm now, the moving company is like, oh, well, you're gonna have to pay us to bring it back, or some shenanigans like that. Also, note the Hunter's Grenade over there. Cool item, unlock that off camera. I've done a couple of sort of like practice runs to get back into the swing of things, and also I like the idea of a fire torrent, but not today. They've changed the graphics. Interesting. Anyway, to kind of get back into the swing of things and also really perfect the run, and by that I mean perfect my kind of limited equipment here, make sure that it's as good as possible. Also, look at that sweet new reworked shield mechanic, so you can like perfectly parry your enemies and kick their ass and reflect their powers back, or just kind of do something like that with, still reasonable results. Also, there's cake now, because we can get some real Castlevania inspired food items. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Anyway, yeah. In any case, I still am holding out hope that things will kind of resolve themselves, but honestly, at this point, I might as well just go get the dang thing myself, for all the help the moving company is being. But hearing all that really frustrated me. So maybe now is not the best time to play, but then again, maybe now was the best time to play, because, cool down here. Also, we've got, combat rework here. We have brutality, tactics, survival, red, violet, and green, which correspond to different items. I like it, because what it does, it needs a bit of fine-tuning, but in general, it does make more varied runs feel more possible than they were before, and by that I mean it feels like playing around with certain builds that you might not otherwise go for is a bit better. Though, to a certain extent, I think part of that might be because some items that would previously have been like strength items are now not. They're either tactics or survival, so you end up kind of using those just because, they're different colored and they may be main weapons, but they don't use strength, brutality. But still, I like that, because in general it does mean... I think what it does most of all is it makes skill items considerably more useful. Because as you may remember, one of my common criticisms is that skill items, they're good. There's an area we're missing there, but I think we'll just move straight to the toxic sewers. Because I also got the Bellier's rune, which is one of the 2 new runes added in this update. Got that off camera. I think when I get my computer back, I'll go back and actually show us getting that. Also, in fact, the very first run I did here in Dead Cells, when I was recording here off camera, was I got the explosive lure. How long have we been trying to get that? And I literally just get it just like that. That felt good to me. But anyway, yeah. Overall, though, things are good. We're going to the toxic sewers because I want to go to one of the newer levels today, hopefully. And I think in that new level is where we get the rune that would let us unlock what we're looking for. Which, if I am in fact thinking correctly there, then, that's good. And better than good, it means that we are set, and then that means in future runs, we'll have access to all the new abilities, especially the whole wall jump ability, which I think that's going to be cool. I've been looking forward to that since I heard that was going to be a thing. And let's see where the time door is, just because I want the extra cells, because, they're nice. And I like the whole, smashing through certain, specially marked bits of ground things. It seems, if I'm noticing it correctly, the debris of that falling does a tremendous amount of damage to enemies, plus it may or may not have made my own, just regular ground pound even more powerful than it was previously. Though I could be mistaken about that, to be honest with you. In any case, it is what it is. And you'll also have noticed, another very nice kind of quality of life thing, is that the cells from that little pod thing followed us even as we left. That's nice. It means we don't have to, waste a precious, second, one entire second, You know, but then again, 1 entire second over many, many runs does add up to minutes, and those minutes slowly get themselves, you know, taken out of our precious, precious lives, so, you know, it's a thing. Also, look at that silly guy. He doesn't got anything on us. I hear also, by the way, just changing topic for a moment, I hear that tactics is like the new meta, and that going like full tactics is pretty good. Also, apparently, playing with bows is even better than ever because, 1, they're apparently like really, really good, and 2, they drop their arrows all the time after like a couple of seconds. Like, still enough so that you'll want items that cause arrows to fall off your enemies and stuff, but not enough. Also, yeah, I think we missed the challenge area in the last level, so let's go check this out and see what we can do. But yeah, so basically bows and stuff like that are considerably more valuable than ever before. And, oh no, I slid right off the ledge there. What the heck? I thought I landed right in the middle, but apparently I did not. I'd have to be like Superman or something and just fly over that. Sadly, it can't be done. At least not by me. Not right now. I'm just not that powerful. Don't know why I just stood there in that pool for a minute, but I did. Oh boy. Life, huh? It is a stream of crazy things that are sometimes good, sometimes bad. I do have to just one more time comment on how salty I am about my computer. But don't worry, it'll get here in time, even if I have to drive out to wherever they're holding it and say, hey, listen, this is my computer, give it here, or else. And then they'll say, or else what? And then I'll be like, or else, you know, I'll like badmouth you on the internet, which I guess technically I'm already doing, aren't I? Though I haven't actually mentioned the moving company's name, and I probably won't. I mean, you know, honestly, it was probably an honest mistake, and as irritating as it is, it's not the end of the world because, again, I don't really... My entire livelihood does not depend on this computer, but, you know, a lot of my important stuff, aside from my YouTube channel, is on it, so it would be nice to get back. Though I did back up most of the key things, so I should be able to, like, if I absolutely had to, just, you know, I'll build another computer and put the stuff there, but it would still be a big inconvenience to me, so I am still hoping that things kind of settle themselves out. I don't know why I didn't recycle that either. That seemed like that would have been a good idea, but then again, I am full of good ideas that I then don't actually, you know, kind of follow through on there. And that gives us +1 survival. That's tempting, but I think we're going to leave it for now. Though a rapid-fire crossbow would have been pretty nice. Nah, we're not going to take it. Don't need it. Not today. Someday, though, maybe. But for now, that's it. That's the end of it. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, so far I really do like the combat update. Like, this whole rework. I kind of left that Slugman there for no reason. And I dropped into more poison. Good job, Gaslight. That is brilliantly done. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, oh, that was also pretty bad. I don't know why it is whenever I'm holding a controller. Like, I thought before that it must have been, like, the old broken controller. This is a new non-broken controller I'm playing with now, by the way, so I can't use that as an excuse anymore. Though I'll probably try to slip it past you a couple of times. We shall see. But anyway, I seem to always, like, it must be just the way I hold, like, the directional stick. I just, like, slightly lean it to the left, so I always pull to the left a little bit. It's kind of silly. Also, note how the items in the curse chest are colorless, which means they are great no matter what stat you're using, which I like that. Though they seem to also cause you to take more damage when you pick them up, so there's some considerable trade-off there, really. I mean, you want to balance that. I've also seen that amulets are considerably better, because I can have like +2 and I think even +3 added. Oh dear, that was a close one. On top of their, like in addition to damage reduction and stuff. And in general, amulets feel like they're even better than they were before. Another thing that I didn't comment on, but that you also probably noticed, as we smash down here into what is probably the toxic sewers, I believe? Or the old sewers, rather. Like, all the levels have been reworked in many a way. And I guess we might as well explore, because we're not getting any more time doors anyway, so we might as well make sure we're not missing anything cool. Alright, that's just the ramparts. But yeah,
I mean, I do like the changes to the level layout. It helps keeps things fresh, at least for a couple of runs, until we become masters and, you know where everything is and how it's all set up again. But for that brief period of time where we're kind of like wandering semi-blindly, it is nice and refreshing. Not to mention, in many ways, some of these levels, like there's familiarness to them in the music and the general atmosphere, but in other ways, some of these levels that we've come to know so well, I feel like they're built, like their structure is different a little bit. I know Fog Fjord, for one. I played that off camera, and that one is really changed. For the better, I would say. It feels like it has a bit more personality than it did before, and I really like that. And it's kind of like the alternate for the graveyard now. Also, the frontline shield. Forgot I picked up a blueprint for this. I don't know why I unlocked it, because I'm probably not actually going to use it on this particular run, but it's in there now. Lets us absorb 90% damage instead of, I think it's 75% is the kind of like regular damage absorption. Which reminds me, I didn't really talk about the shield rework at all. It's really cool. Like, now you can just like hold shields up, or hold your shield forever, and block like all, like, I think it's like usually 75% damage of all incoming attacks. Or you can like time it perfectly, and by perfectly I mean there's a pretty generous window there, which I like, because if it required like ultra hardcore skill, then I would probably never be good at it, and I just never use shields. But it's generous enough that even a scrub like me can pull it off like 40% of the time, and that's when you trigger like the real magic of your shield, which is pretty sweet, and it makes shields feel considerably better. Which, as we may recall, like shields have had a couple of little like tweaks here and there, but I think this is like finally like the magic moment. And I think also this rework can actually owe at least part of its life to community suggestions, which I really like that. Like, the developers of Dead Cells are really good about implementing community suggestions, which is always cool, and then, you know, kind of like working that into their own vision for the game, which is pretty nice. Also, look at that, those zombie guys, they're different now. They have their own graphics. They're not just like recolored green zombies. They're like infested, horrible sacks of shite zombies. So there's that. I'm also not sure, now that I think about it, if this like corrupted power... That was close. Oh, there we go. I knew I was going to hit those. But anyway, I don't know if corrupted power is as good as I'm thinking it might be in my head. Like, I know there was that one time where like corrupted power basically just caused you to do double damage for a period of time, or like something close to that, and it also scaled with your... Ooh, a cursed chest. Also scaled with, I think it was your skill level, which is of course now tactics. But, yeah. Also, Nutcracker, not bad, but, yeah, it's kind of a meh item, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I would use it if I didn't feel like I had anything better to use, but, it's not like my top-line pick. It's not quite there, you know? Though I wouldn't call it garbage either. It's got us out of a couple of scrapes in the past, so it is a decent weapon that is not entirely useless. Well, there are very few weapons in this game that are useless. Also, we've seen a lot of cursed chests. I wonder if that's just because this is like a higher tier area. In fact, like the sewers now seem to be a higher tier area in general, which, especially these sewers, which I guess makes sense, because you have to go to the ossuary. That's where you get Bellier's rune in order, which is like, what, the second level-ish? So, yeah, it makes sense. And all, like, going down the sewer path is like basically taking like hard mode or something like that. And speaking of which, remember back at the entrance, I kind of hovered around like the starting area with like the glass room is what I'm going to call it, with all the little like items you've unlocked. And it occurred to me that there's like 5 little like stand totem thingies, whatever you want to call them there, with like little gaps in them for like that something could be inserted into. And it occurs to me, I recall reading, I think it was on the Dead Cells subreddit, like someone commented how there was like a stream in French with the developers, and they commented something to the effect of their, like the idea being that there's apparently going to be, in the final game, I don't know what happened there, I apparently just like teleported down, because I'm just that fast. Lots of areas to explore, but we'll get to that later. We might as well just make this a calm, slow Sunday drive here, seeing as, you know, there's no way in heck that we're getting any... what the heck, I'll say it. No way in hell that we'll actually get any more time doors on this run, I guess. Unless I just drop everything and just start booking it from here on out. But anyway, getting back to the statue-y things. There's... Yeah, and based on the stream information, like the final build of the game, like when it leaves early access, the plan right now apparently is to have 20 levels, 5 bosses. I don't know if that's like 5 bosses including the final boss or not. I'm going to assume that the answer to that is yes for now, that like, yes, there will be like 5 final, or 5 bosses, including the final boss. So 5 bosses total, maybe, you know, maybe more, maybe less, depending on how things go. That was pretty sweet. And, yeah. Which means that, you know, maybe... I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, in the end of the game, you'd, like... Because when you unlock stuff for beating the bosses, I guess. Or maybe, like, those little totemy things will light up when you've beaten, like, flawless a boss. You know, to show your sense of pride and accomplishment in doing such a feat. And... that would also be cool. I mean, I feel like there's going to be some significance, whether it's story-wise or just, like, you know, just there, just because. We'll find out, I guess. Like, there's a lot we still don't know, of course. Though, also, that's the splash art for the Brutal update. Pretty cool, huh? It shows our headless friend here, sitting on a throne and all, which really, like, I think that's, you know, that's just art, you know, to kind of promote the update, but in my head... I'm using that to further my headcanon that our hero here was like the previous Lord King Dude of this island before, you know, whatever happened with the whole, like, undead epidemic that we seem to have here. And, you know, he's like the ruler of this, or he was before he died. Or he could have been a nobody, I mean, but, you know, seeing him sit slouching in some chiefly throne thing, also we'll go check that out in a second. And by in a second, I mean right now. Good job, Gaslight, landing directly in, like, the one little spike that you could have hit. And we'll recycle that. It looked like a good item. I like that little kind of secret-y area there. That's cool. Or I could have spider-jumped our way out of there if we had the wall-climbing ability. And, of course, we're going to continue exploring. Anyway, I mean, we've got time before we really get any, like, story stuff. So, like, I have to imagine we're not going to really... Ow. We're not really going to see anything about that until... like 1.0, because I have to imagine that stuff's being deliberately left out until then. But, you know, everyone on this island seems to know, oh, what's this? 4 times damage? I like it. I like it a lot. But, what the heck, we should totally take it, right? I mean, we'll drop the shield. What could possibly go wrong with that? I mean, I think the big... perhaps drawback of using this particular shield or crossbow here is that it is very slow. So that could cause us some issues. And you know what? In retrospect, I can already tell I'm going to regret not taking that particular version of Corrupted Power because it's like a better version than the one we have, I believe. But it doesn't have like the extra damage being done to us. And there is some stuff there, but we'll go up here. Also, you know what? This reminds me, I believe, the Watcher's not the final boss anymore. And I guess we'll warp over here and just see what's going on over there. Might not be anything exciting, but... yeah, it's nothing exciting. Nothing we can get to until we get the wall jump ability anyway, so... we'll have to leave that for now. But yeah, the Watcher's not the final boss anymore, and I guess we might as well grab that chest. No chest left behind, I always say. Yeah. So, the Watcher now knows what the incomplete one feels, and, ooh, tactics. I mean, that's tempting, but we don't really need tactics. We're not really going for a tactics build, are we? But yeah, because remember back in the day, when the incomplete one was the final boss of the game, now there's a new kid in town, who I haven't actually made it to yet, mostly because in some of my earliest and bestest runs on this build so far were when I didn't have the recording balanced just right, so there was like a lot of lag while recording, and I'm gonna blame that for why I have not beaten anything yet, but, you know, there's not really that much lag on this particular recording so far from what I've noticed, so that's a plus. And off we go to the old sewers. Hopefully everything... Or not the old sewers. We're fighting the Watcher here. And I want to see how much we kick this guy right in the... the testicles. Oh, dear. Dang. That was pretty intense. So was that. That was considerably less intense, I'll be honest with you. But, you know, I guess there'd be too much to ask that we, like, instantly kill... Oh, and we immediately go back into tentacle porn phases. Good job. Alright, let's see. Can we get out of this? Ow. I'm gonna die. I can feel it. I'm taking too much damage. I'm gonna murder myself. Oh, God. How did I get out of that one? I don't know how, but I like it. You know, I probably could have fired and killed that. But better to be safe than sorry. So let's finish old tentacle man here. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, yes! Oh, did you see that? Did you see all that damage? There's like 4 or 5 3,000 plus things of damage all at once. That is beautiful. You're never gonna see that again for like 1,000 years. I like it. We're gonna switch that, make that our main weapon. It looks like we could go to the graveyard if we had the wall jump, but we don't, so we gotta go through the sanctuary. Good job, thumbs up. And happy days all around, I guess. So at least we made it to 1 new level. If we die like 5 seconds from now, at least we can say, hey, we got a peek at the Slumbering Sanctuary. Here's hoping all goes well. Alright, let's see. What is in store? Now, the Slumbering Sanctuary. This was, I think when it was hinted at, they were still calling it, what was it? It was like the, something of the Awakened or something like that. Or Awakening of the something. In any case, yeah, it's now the Slumbering Sanctuary. Also a good name. So, that is pretty cool. Alright, I mean, I like the vibe of this place. It's got this, like, kind of, like, natural, but also, like, technical sort of, vibe going for it. I like that. I like that a lot. And we also see our old friend, the Archbishop of Canterbury there. And look, it's Tiny. He's back. He's there for us. Good old Tiny. He's there for us. Or Chuckles, that's what I called him. I don't call people Tiny. I don't do that. I don't know exactly what I don't do exactly. Ah, that was beautiful. Poetry right there. Poetry of motion. And there's an elite enemy. Let's see how much damage we can dish in like one shot here. That's a new enemy, I think. It's got like crystals growing out of it. Or were those wings? It's called a host zombie. Let's see here. Golden amulet, 2 tactics, lowers our damage by 20%, which would counter... I mean, that could be a good thing. But I do like the survival, because that... Well, then again, No, 2 tactics is only 14% health increase, whereas 1 survival is... And then, of course, there's also the exponential scaling, so... I don't know. I don't know if the 2 tactics would have ultimately been better than the 1 survival as far as... I mean, it would have shut down... Ow. Would have shut things down, and I also, looking at that, like, right there, they have greatly nerfed, I think, the rally ability. Unless I am mistaken there, because back in the old days, the amount of damage I did there in that 1 shot probably would have healed me back to full health. So that's actually good to know, good to be aware of. Alright, we could just heal ourselves with the shovel. I mean, we're already taking 2 times damage. I assume that extra 0.5 does not get added on top. I hope it doesn't, because otherwise, well, you know what? I never... Oh, you're a new enemy. What do? You shoot weird balls at me and then you run away. You're gonna be an annoyance, aren't you? I can tell you're gonna be the death of me. Like, that's my psychic prediction of the day, is that one of these things is gonna kill me. Alright, again, another place where having the... Oh, there was a secret there, but you know what? I'm not even gonna bother going back for it. Because, I mean, what does money really mean to me at the end of the day? I can also feel that this heavy crossbow is going to somehow torment me. And what do we got going on over here? There's like some kind of... It's locked. Interesting. I assume this has something to do with the slumbering part of the Slumbering Sanctuary. So we'll just kind of like sneak our way in. Oh, it's a cursed chest. Alright. That just means more power for us, which, you know, I like. I like more power. That's always good. Can't say no to more power, more brutality, and yeah, tonics have been changed. They're not like a one-off item. they are a dual item. Also, the damage reduced counters the damage added. And since the Corrupted Power only adds 466 DPS, maybe that wasn't the right move, but I'm gonna say to myself that was the right move, and also, you know, we're cursed, so we gotta be extra careful here. Oh no. This is where we unlock a rune, I think. But oh, wow. Really? There's like no portals anywhere. Okay, great. So I've like literally killed everything on the map so far, so we just have to wander back. You know what? Something in my gut told me I shouldn't have opened that cursed chest, but I chose to open it anyway. And now look what's happened to me. Also leaned a little close to there. I mean, do I go to the challenge area and hope, like, if the enemies in the challenge area are like, if we have to fight enemies first thing, we can get rid of our curse really easily. But if we have to do like a skill testing area first, then I might die. I think I'm also gonna end up regretting not at least attempting, like not, because I can teleport back out right from the entrance of the challenge area. I could have just taken a look. I also don't know why I forgot that I couldn't go up that way, because we don't have wall jumping yet. But, yeah. Alright, here's hoping that, okay, that we can increase our power a little bit. Excellent. Double the brutality, twice the brutality, I guess. Anyway, there is that. Alright. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so I guess we have no choice but to fight that elite enemy unless I go to the challenge room, but I don't have confidence in that, so I'm gonna jump into this hole. And please let this be an easy enemy. It's not, oh god, it's you. Oh, you dick. He warped right out just, oh no. You see, if elite enemies didn't spawn, oh no. Oh no. Oh well, that's gonna do it for this episode, I guess. So until the next time, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below to let me know what you're thinking, and I will see all you in the next video.